I got no idea. I mean, and really I don't want to put a timetable on it just because I don't want to be disappointed if I don't reach it or if I set one that's too long, trying to rush back. I mean, I've never broke a bone in my body until this, so I have no idea how long it's going to take, but hopefully it's not too long. I've read 6 to 8 weeks. I think a lot of you guys have written that, and I have no idea, honestly.
The MRI was good, so there wasn't any structural damage, just a lot of inflammation, so it's kind of just wait until that gets out of there. But feel good today, walking a lot better, pretty much normal walking wise, so I'm going to go out there and play catch right now and kind of see how it feels. Just take it easy, I guess, little baby steps, see how I feel, and then it feels good playing catch, and I can progress to maybe doing a flag ground, and then kind of come back in and talk to Richie, talk to Buck. I haven't got the chance to talk to him yet, so once I do that, then I'll have some more information about what's going to happen.
Zach, you get the sense, though, that if everything goes well, that you could come back this week, this series, anything like that? Or?
Yeah, I think this week is a good timeline. I'm not sure exactly whether that's today or I'm sorry, it's not going to be today, but tomorrow or the next day. But once I throw outside, I'll have a better idea.
So the Orioles place J.J. Hardy on the 15-day disabled list with a left foot fracture. Ryan Flaherty has been recalled from Norfolk and will be in the starting lineup tonight at third base. John Mioli covers the Orioles for the Baltimore Sun, talks about the domino effect on the Birds.
Seems like things have changed just in the last hour or so. The initial lineup had Ryan Flaherty at shortstop and Manny Machado remaining at third base, but it seems like a conversation that Manny had with Buck Showalter kind of changed that. I'm sure they don't really want Manny going back and forth between the two positions too much, so I think the fact that he gets to play shortstop in the first game that everyone's kind of paying attention to without JJ kind of speaks volumes about where this team wants to go in that.
Can you see Paul Janisch coming up later as an extra field player versus dropping maybe a pitcher?
Absolutely. I think that's in the cards once his paternity leave is over. I understand he's going on, and on Wednesday I think that this team is kind of shorthanded as it is on the bench. You really don't want to be in the position they are with not a lot of flexibility on the infield especially. So Janisch can allow them to move Flaherty over to third base, give him a little more flexibility. We saw when Pedro Alvarez had to go in and play third on Sunday that doesn't seem like the direction the team really wants to go in defensively. So I think Janisch would be a big piece for that.
Well, the closer situation with Britton still trying to come back.
Well, I talked to Darren O'Day about it today, and he said that they're in a good position with that, with 3-4 guys with, closer stuff between himself, Brad Brock, Michael Givens. He even threw Dylan Bundy in that category. There's something to be said for wanting to not change everything just to accommodate that 1/9 inning, but I think there's going to be a situation, kind of depending on availability, where O'Day might slip back if they need to go to him earlier. I don't think there's going to be a lot of hesitation to go to someone like Brock or Givens, as long as Britton's not out for too long.
Buck seems like he always takes a positive approach to any type of an injury, doesn't he?
It seems like this was the something the team had been waiting for forever. This is probably one of the worst weekends they've had between those two tough losses, the two big injuries. But he'd been mentioning all weekend that he was kind of waiting for the seas to part, as he said it a few times, to get some of these guys off the bench and into the lineup on a more regular basis. Now, we don't see Pedro Alvarez at third base today, but he is in there at DH. There's a lot of talk, and he's mentioned it a few times that Pedro, he's played more games at third base than Manny has, so he might get that spot chance at third base. Maybe you move Mark Trumbo to DH, ease up the outfield logjam a little bit. I think if this team doesn't want to sacrifice defensively, that might not be the route they take, but it seems like, if anything, they're at least well prepared for this scenario.